Okay, I just wanted to say a little something um, that I thought of off the top of my head in reference to just what's going on. Um, God, every time I get in front of this machine and I'm trying to get my thoughts in order, it's like every concise thought that I was thinking just leaves my brain and leaves me just scrambling to put words together. But in any case, let me get out what I needed to get out. Um, which is the point of like people trying to get people to open their eyes and wake up about certain things. And I understand, you know, that's it can seem pushy, and I don't actively in my personal life try to do this like on a regular basis unless I'm doing a video or I'm talking about it within company that's not mixed company. So I'm not, going door to door, or I'm not outside with a sign saying. I've seen people that do that though, and just because I agree with some things that they may have on their signs or what they're trying to get out into the public space, I'll, maybe honk my horn or, throw them up a little thumbs up. But that's just me because I agree with what they're saying. But it's really hard for people I know to wrap their minds around some things. It's like if somebody told you, if you looked up into the sky, you see all them clouds in the sun, right? Well, that's not actually what's up there. It's just an illusion. What's actually up there is a huge dinosaur or some prehistoric creature that's like Godzilla, but you can't really see it and you can't really interact with it unless you really start doing your research and you really start to see what's behind. Of course, it seems insane. It seems crazy. But that's just, I guess, will put it to perspective how big, you know, what's going on behind the scenes really is. There's no Godzilla, not to my knowledge, but it's just I think that when people are trying to really get the word out and have more people understand what's going on, that it's kind of it's not really done in vain, because I think at everyone's own pace you're going to learn about what's going on. You're going to start researching once you get to, you know, that space and time where you actively want to pursue this information and you want to learn more about it, then at your own pace, at your own time, then you'll be able to access it. And that's true for everyone, I think. But it's really, it's like sometimes I see people like, why don't people just wake up? Why don't they just, you know, f- realize what's going on? It's hard. It is it's hard, but it's hard for those who thought they were doing the right thing, and it's hard for those who didn't really know. They're like, I have no idea what's going on. I'm not interested in any political things, or I'm not interested in, the greater workings of what's going on in our world. I just want to live a simple life day to day, blah blah blah. But these things, they do affect your simple life. So, you know, it behoove you to look into it. At the same time, it's like, who would want to look into these things? I understand, like, every day, that you go throughout your life and you understand what's happening, the reality. Things haven't really changed physically. Skies still, gets gray and cloudy sometimes, still blue on clear days, grass still green, wind still blows. Sun still rises and sets, but at the same time, you have the knowledge of, well, I understand more about the world that I live in and how I'm going to apply that. So it's kind of like, on one hand, I'm like, yeah, I hope they wake up. Why can't people just wake up so we can get on with this, so we don't have to keep living in this ridiculous, because it is ridiculous. But at the same time, I there's a word for it that escapes me right now, but I relate to the fact that, it's hard. And who would want to wake up to the reality of, we live in a world that's controlled by really messed up individuals? Who wants to wake up to that? I know I didn't want to. I still don't want to, but it is the reality of the situation. So I understand the person that's like, I don't want to know about it. I don't want to hear about it. But then again, I understand. But then again, you don't really have the luxury of waiting too long on the side of saying I don't want to hear, I don't want to know, because it's going to affect you eventually. And I think that's what's going to happen as far as, prices of things, as far as your living situation, as far as certain laws that are being passed in and around all the states. That's going to happen eventually, and soon you won't be able to escape. It'll just intrude upon your normal day to day, like poking the bear. Like, you are the bear and you're being poked. It's the boiling frog effect, and you really just want to just do your best, live your life. But that's not enough anymore. Like, you really have to realize what's going on. And like I said, it's hard. I relate. I'm right there with you, lamenting over the fact that we even have to go through this, but we do, and it's a process. Everyone, as I said, will get there on their own time. It's going to get to the point where you just can't avoid it anymore. You just can't escape it anymore, of course. And then we're all going to have to look to our neighbors and be like, hey, something's going on. Like, I noticed these things, and they were scattered. They were, every other day or every other week, or I noticed them a month ago or a year back, but now it's really getting crazy. Like, soon people are going to be in the street talking to their neighbors, talking to people they don't even know about what's going on. I see it already, but it's going to start ramping up. I think it's not really going to get any better as far as not necessarily prices, but as the quality of how we're living. It's unsustainable. But that's just my opinion on how things are going to go. If you have any opinion about how things are going to go in the next couple of weeks to months to years coming up, feel free to add your input in the comment section. Love to hear what other people think about this. So that's it. Just my basic take on how I can relate to how people feel about the changing of the tides and where we're headed for in the future in this country. That's it.